Good done.
A career woman. She had it all. A home, a car, a motorhome, family, friends, and a resume that was outstanding. Her name is Barbie, as in the Barbie doll. I, like millions of other girls, grew up with at least one Barbie doll. I played with her, I talked to her, I lived the life I imagined having through her. As I get older and I strive to achieve those same things, home for my family, taking vacations to exciting places, and getting the career that'll help me achieve those things, I look back and wonder where I got the idea that I was capable of being able to do all that. My parents, who encouraged me to believe that I could do whatever I set my mind to. My teachers, who reinforced in me how smart I was. Really, it came from Barbie. We've all heard the conundrum, what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Well, I have another one for you to ponder. Was Barbie the catalyst for the change in the way women viewed themselves and society viewed them? Or was it the change in women's view of themselves and how they could contribute to society what changed Barbie? Let's take a look at how Barbie initially came about. Back in the 1950s, the only three-dimensional dolls that young girls had to play with were baby dolls and toddler dolls. According to the BarbieCollection.com, the creator of the Barbie doll, Ruth Handler, saw her daughter and her daughter's friends forsaking baby dolls and toddler dolls to play with paper dolls and grown-up women, imagining themselves in grown-up roles. Having already created the toy company Mattel with her husband Elliot, Ruth decided to set about creating a doll, a three-dimensional doll that young girls could play with. You're wondering where Barbie's iconic figure came from. Time.com says that on a trip to Switzerland, Ruth and her daughter Barbara came across a three-dimensional doll called the Lily doll. The Lily doll was created from a comic strip character in Germany's Hamburg magazine, Bild Zeitung, about a high-end call girl. Ruth bought 3 dolls and brought them home to use as the basis for the Barbie doll. Not surprisingly for the time, which was 1959 when Barbie was released, her career was a teen fashion model. But as the years went on, Barbie broke through gender stereotyping, taking on what was considered to be male-only roles. BarbieMedia.com lists some of those careers as surgeon, firefighter, Olympic athlete, and computer engineer. A little while later, she broke through the glass ceiling and became a business executive. At the same time, real women were breaking out of the little woman mold that they had been pigeonholed into for so many years, realizing that there was so much more out there in terms of career other than housewife and mother, and that they were just as capable as their male counterparts of succeeding in those careers. Parallel in time, real women and Barbie were dealing with body issues. Barbie was being criticized for being too sexy, having a figure that was unrealistic and unattainable. Real women were being criticized for being too large. They needed to be more like Barbie. The question for those people is, do they think so little of our young girls that they only see this plastic body of Barbie and not her achievements? And for real women, do they realize they're comparing them to a plastic doll? In 1992, Barbie took on another major role, one that was considered unachievable and unattainable by a woman, presidential candidate. Now, at the time of this speech, she has not yet obtained the title of President of the United States. But let's be honest, it's not that far in the future before we see her in the Oval Office, possibly painting it pink. So, was Barbie the catalyst for how life has changed for women? Or was it the young girls that are the women of today that changed Barbie. Either way, it's safe to say that whoever the catalyst was, they were the champion for the other. And in reality, I believe it goes hand in hand, one helping the other, pulling each other forward, as they will continue to do for future generations to come.